Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And today we're going to be working on Roxy's Weekly Challenge, week 13, and we're making book page journal cards. So I've just got a few of some old book pages. These are ones I've got from Rachel, so most of them are pretty old, and I love that they're in different fonts and different languages. Well, mostly in Italian or French. Got a bit of German here, I think. Or is that French? No? Ooh, I don't even know if that's German. That could even be some other Germanic language. Not sure. Or really old German. Doesn't matter. And I've got this old... she put in one of her packs some newspaper, and I've never been sure what to do with it. But I thought, well, actually, this might work quite well for this challenge, because what I could do is double it over, because it's quite thin. Double it over and make it into the size that I need, and then that would make a good journal card base. So that's what I'm going to do, I think. I'm just going to tear off this plain bit at the bottom. So I know I've already said this, but happy Easter, because today is Easter Saturday when I'm actually filming. So I hope you're all having a lovely, or have had a lovely Easter, because this won't go up till Wednesday, I guess. So I hope you all had a lovely Easter. We're having a quiet one. Both the girls are spending it with their other families, their partners' families. So we're just having a quiet Easter this year, which is fine. We've got lots to do still in the house, decorating and such. So I think what I might do is I'll just fold it on that line there, and that will make quite a nice journal card. And I will just tear this excess. Just tear it down about there, I think. And glue it together, because it's too thin on its own, and even folding over a bit of it is not enough, so I'm going to glue the thing double. And it's a lovely, lovely colour. Will make a nice base. So not actually entirely straight, so I might just have to straighten it up at on the other edge. Haven't glued it perfectly, but that's not a problem. I'll just sort it out and take a little bit off the top. Oop, no, it's too small to tear, so I'm just going to cut across the top to even it up. And I think what I would like to do, I'm going to do it in a slightly different order to Rachel. I'm going to make the bases, back them, and then do the covering the front with some decorative paper and adding the journal spot at the same time, so that it kind of coordinates. So I quite like that side, so I think I'm going to use that as my front. I might do a couple of those, because I've got another piece of newspaper here. So I might as well use them, because I don't know what else to do with them really. I think this works quite well. I wouldn't have thought of doing this, but I was rifling through the papers that I had, and I came across this newspaper, and I thought, well, actually, maybe doubling it over would actually work quite well. I might make this a slightly different size, maybe that long. And about that wide. Try and at least fold it straight, even if it doesn't end up gluing straight. I'm hanging on to all these little edgy pieces. I'm not entirely sure why, but I just can't help myself. Right, so then I'm going to glue this piece together as well. Okay. That's that one. Then I've got this lovely piece of this could be rag paper. I'm never sure which one is the rag paper. It's a bit long, but I'm going to fold it over. So I've got this on the back to make it a bit narrower, and also that'll strengthen that bit. And this is much stronger paper anyway, actually maybe not quite as... Oh, so I've got a bit of an edge both sides. Yeah, it's better. And then I think we'll tear off this bottom part. Will it tear it? Ooh. Yeah, very different paper to the other. That newspaper, of course, much thicker. I'll just turn that in a little bit as well. Just on the edge. That's straight. Yeah, not bad. Right, let's glue those down. Okay, that's that one. I've got this one here. Again, I'm just going to see which side. I think there's nothing to choose between them. And I think I'll have that on the back. Glue that down. Fold it down, should I say, first, then glue it. For some reason they don't seem to want to fold straight. Okay, and this one as well. I should take some of the length off as well in a moment. I forgot to do that before I glued. It doesn't really matter. So they're all similar size in the end, aren't they? But I'm thinking journal cards. I don't tend to think of journal cards as being long, but they could be. But they're slightly different. Not a lot. This one might be a bit longer. Anyway, they're only meant to be small. So we've got those, and I'm going to back do the writing paper next, so then we can just work on the fronts. I've got a few bits. I've got a bit of lacy, one of my lacy digitals, so I think I'll put that on the back of here. Right, I have now got my bases made and backed. Now I would like to choose the toppers and the backing papers together so that they coordinate. I don't want anything. Neutral's gone to, Rachel went very neutral with her background so she could put anything on top, and I want to go fairly neutral but perhaps with a little bit of colour just so that it ties it in a little bit. Not necessarily on all of them, I'm just looking at this one and just thinking that doesn't look straight there, does it? I just need to trim that because I can just follow the line of the script to straighten that up. That's better. Okay, so I have got a little pile of possible toppers. In fact, it's quite a big pile of possible toppers. So I pulled out a few that I might use for my Moroccan journal, and I think I'll go with the smallest one just because these are quite small, and I could put something like that, I think, on there, and that would look quite good with the lantern. Or I have this one, which I also rather like. I like the shape of this one better. Or else I have this one. They're all very similar. I think I quite like this, just because there's a bit more design on there. So I might just go with that one. So I'm going to choose my toppers first, and then we'll work on them. And then we'll do we'll choose a topper for the ballet journal. That's the word I'm looking for. So I've got a couple. I haven't fussy cut them or anything yet. Just wondering which one would go best. Rather like, actually, I think I like her. I like her as well. She's obviously on a tag, but this image appears on lots of different things. Haven't got a problem with cutting it out. Just wondering how she'll go on there. I would have to go on this side because this would be too vulnerable sticking out, but this would be okay. Just going to cut round it I won't fussy cut it until I've backed it. It is on thicker paper. I think it's on 120. So it's a little thicker than copy paper. So thicker than the paper that Rachel prints on, but I still think when you've got it sticking out a little bit, it's not a bad idea to back it anyway. Where were we? We're on this one, I think. I could just have this little bit poking out. Yeah, quite like her because she's looking into the thing there. Okay, so we'll have that one. Put her aside for another time. And then I think for the last couple we're going to go with some flowers. Because you can never go wrong with flowers, and they'll go on almost any style of journal, including into the ballet journal. You can always add something ballet related, and I have printed off some of these. This is from the garden story that Rachel and Bella Crafts, that's a collaboration they're working on. And they gave a couple of freebies, so I jumped in because they're very spring-like, and as we're coming into spring, I thought some of these would be lovely on here. So look, something like that would be really pretty. So I might go with that one because I really like it. And what else have we got? So maybe I'll do one from that set, although this is really pretty as well. Maybe a bit big, actually, for this journal card. Is it a bit too tall? That's a possibility. I've also got some of Rachel's fussy cut flowers because that's the kit I have. So let's see if I can find anything that would take my eye. I always love this one. I do like that. Maybe I'll do that one as well. Okay, decisions. Decisions made on that front, so let's put those two aside. We'll come back to them. As I don't actually have to fussy cut this, I just have to back it. This paper feels... So this paper I think is the 160. And this is a bit thinner. This is the same as this one, which is the 120. So I'm going to back them all. So I've got some old glue page that I'm going to glue on. I need a new glue stick. No, not on. I've actually got to glue it onto here, silly woman. Okay, let's glue it on there. This is quite thick paper, so I think that will be quite good for backing onto. Right, let's find some backing paper that would work for this. I've got a whole pile of them. Thinking about a piece of this. Or maybe a piece of this would work quite well. Don't want too much decoration on there, otherwise it will fight with the design. So let's just take that bit off. Would that work on here? Don't want too much sticking out, do we? I'm not sure about that. Something that will work colour-wise. This is where it gets bogged down with trying to choose the right colours. Okay, I think I might go with my original choice, which is a bit of this, because it's a bit more, got a bit of colour, but it's not too much. I'm going to have to take that piece off. Just because I think that's a bit too much. Don't need the flowers. Doesn't need to cover the whole thing either. Put that over there. Put that on there. Yep. Just going to give this a little softer edge, I think. Okay. Yeah, the one. Then we're going to glue that onto here. I think I'll use my glitter glue. Cover my thumb over the area where I'm going to have it sticking out of it. Oh, I put it on the wrong... I have covered up the wrong bit. Wasn't looking what I was doing. That was very foolish. So I want glue on that bit. I want to take the glue off this bit. I think. Just check. Yep. Oh dear. Never mind. Take the glue off there. Make sure. I think that's okay. Doesn't feel gluey. Alright, so that's one. Well, it's not finished. I'm going to come back and do a little bit more to it. Don't need that lurking around there. There's one there. Let's do our ballerina because she'll need a little bit of extra cutting. Just cut this piece out, and I'll do the book page when I glue it on afterwards, so I haven't got to go cut through 2 layers. It'll be easier to cut through the book page bit afterwards because it'll be quite thin. Oh, I'm supposed to be gluing this on first onto the book page and then cutting around it all. I'm only going to cut out this little hole first and then do the rest. Well, I remembered halfway round. Is that going to fit on here? Yes, it is. Okay. We'll put her on there. Right, I should just go and pull my blind down because as you can see the sun's kind of coming across my desk. The sun's come out, it's lovely, beautiful day, but it does make filming a little bit awkward. So I'll just go and pull my blind down. Right, so I want to put some backing paper on, but I want to get away from the pink. I've done quite a lot of pink pockets and journal cards, or pink backgrounds and things, and I think there's other colours in the kit. So there's blues and greens, and I think I quite like this piece here. So I'm going to take a piece of that, I think. Oh. Try again. Always slips on me when I'm doing it on camera. Not so much when I'm doing it off camera for some reason. Go figure. No. Get off. Right. I can always trim up any bits that I have missed. Right, I'm going to take this lovely piece. Just that silly bit of white there I'm going to get rid of. And that's just going to go on there. And she, yes, like that. Okay. I love that. Okay, we're going to glue her on. Now make sure I glue the right bit this time. That bit's going to stick out a little, but not too much. There we are. Yep, that seems to be firm. Check I haven't got any glue leaking out this side. No, it's fine. Alright, So she's on there. 2. Right, so then we have this lovely flower, which I'm going to have to do a bit of fussy cutting, but I need to glue it first onto some book page. Oop. Might as well glue this one on as well while I'm at it. Okay. So Rachel, who created this freebie, at least I'm assuming Rachel did, not Rachel from Roxy Creations, Rachel from Rachel Bella Crafts. It's confusing, isn't it? This was the freebie from Rachel Bella Crafts collaboration with Angela Kerr. And I think this was Rachel's freebie. What I was going to say was there is a very faint border around this to make it a bit easier to cut round it without having to get too caught up in all the little fiddly bits. So that's going to go on there. So I've got to find a backing for that. I'm going to just cut the both of them out while I'm at it, while I've got them here. And this one is from Roxy Creations, Rachel, which also has a border. I think this is her Flower Fussy Cuts kit number 2. I think that's the only one I've got. Right, so I'm going to put that one on the other side. I've got to decide which way this is going to go. I think it'll go that side. No, I just feel like it. I don't know. Should it go that side? Or should it go this side? I think it needs to go this side. The other one I'll put on the other side. They've all ended up on that side, haven't they? But it's just the way it works. That's how they look best, really. I think that's a bit something like that. I need a backing paper for this one. Would something like that work? It's going to blend too much, isn't it? I have got some that have not been cut into, but they've got a bit buried. Let's see what we've got. Got this piece, which was from the Bella Rose kit. Might work. Oh, I've got a bit of this, which is, that's nice and neutral, isn't it? Oh, I've got this very faint pink one. Quite like that. Bit of this. That might work quite nicely actually. Let me try that one. Right, this is a piece from the Garden Goddess kit by Shabba Dabba Doo Dah. I think I quite like this one on here. Oops. He's slipped. They always slip, don't they? Okay. So that one goes like that. These pretty flowers there. Which I'm going to just ink around, just to define that edge a little bit. Yeah, it's a slightly different look, isn't it? Just going to tear the corners a little bit. Give it a more, a slightly less regimented look, I think. Probably should have used my my other tear ruler really, so it wouldn't be quite as straight. Right, I'm going to glue this on. Where's my glue page? Everything just gets buried. I throw everything over there and then I can't find what I want. Yeah. Yeah. And then we'll, okay, so we'll not have too much sticking out because they're quite small pieces, so you know, quite fine pieces, and they could easily catch. Just going to leave the tips. Just going to put a bit just along this edge. Make sure I catch anything that I didn't glue. Let's get this up a bit, I think. There we are. Sure we haven't got any glue leaking out. Oh! Oh, that doesn't matter. I meant to put the lacy background on this one. But oh well. I completely forgot to match up the backgrounds to what I had planned, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really. Can't all be matchy-matchy, can they? And then we have this one, which is lovely. I'm going to put that on that side. And I might actually use a bit more of this piece. Just says bloom there. Yeah, I might do that. Just tear that odd piece off there. I get rid of the rest of the sentence. So I think it's meant to say bloom where you are planted, but the only bit that shows is bloom. So we'll keep that bit. And we'll do that. And that's a nice little piece then, isn't it? And I'll do that there. Pull that right over to the side. Right, so we're covering up a lot of that word unless I bring it down. Oh yeah, I could just tuck it so that just pokes out there. Pop that there, I think. Okay, let's just do a bit of glue along that edge. These do feel quite sturdy now that I've added the book page. That might go there. Then there's room to put something like a word or a phrase or a label or whatever on the other side. I thought this one could stick out a little bit more because it's not as flimsy on that side, it's more solid. So that's gone there. Okay. Now what we're going to do is put holes in the top. Big one, small hole, I think. Small hole. That one. I want to get it in the middle. This one, I fancy putting an eyelet on this one, so I'm going to put it on the bigger hole. And the smaller hole again for this one. Right, we'll do the Rachel snip on the corners of this. And ink, because it really looks like, particularly this one, as it's quite a light colour, really looks like it needs it. The other ones perhaps not so much. And we want to put some twine at the top. I will use some twine for this one. I may not use twine for all of them. Will it go through that little hole? I don't know. Oh, probably will. Who knew? Be careful not to tear the paper, but actually it's quite sturdy now with all the extra layers and the doubling up and stuff. Okay, so that's that one. For my Moroccan journal, of course. This one, I'm going to need a, let's see which drawer are we in. I'm going to need an eyelet. Colour should we have? Not pink. Gold, I think. Whoop, woo, come back. Okay. It was not caught that well. Let's have another go. Is that better? A little bit, not fantastic. Not quite sure what's wrong with that. Okay. And we'll round these corners, I think, just to be different for this one. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if a bit of lace didn't find its way onto this one at some point. Right. Okay, so the other two I will finish off camera because I haven't decided what's going to go on them. Possibly baker's twine, possibly fabric. There's many options for things to put in these little holes, so I'll have a think about that. So these two are finished because these are the journals that I know I'm going to put them in, and there may be some more things to go. I will probably put some lace through here, which is why I haven't done it right now, because my lace is not easily accessible at the moment. So that's that one, Moroccan journal, this one for my ballet journal, and these two for any other journal that might appeal to me. But actually, these are really pretty and I love them. They're really nice. I am going to do the, finishing off around the corners and stuff on these, but we've run out of time, so I'm going to stop here. Thank you for joining me today. I've had loads of fun. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.